If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know what I mean? Female, like, come on. It will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing.
When people run back this press conference, all the shit talk, all the fun, they're going to be like, wow, this kid really is doing something monumental in the sport.
Anthony Joshua is, at this time, and has been for years, the biggest puncher in boxing. He's a
Gervonta Davis snaps at Jake Paul in Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul press conference. Tank came in with that heavy cloud over him, the canceled fight, the domestic violence headlines, and you could tell he was itching to defend himself. But the moment he faced Jake, he flipped the script fast, roasting Jake for acting like he ever wanted that smoke. Gervonta made it clear, scandal or not, Jake was never built for him.
Y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switch it on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like, y'all need a...
Jake didn't hold back, absolutely ragging Gervonta over that knee moment, and you could feel the sting of the canceled fight and DV headlines looming over Tank. He tried to defend himself, but Jake made it clear. Tank's career looks shaky, messy, and he's ducking real challenges like a scared pup.
He's going to underestimate me. Bro, you took a knee in the last fight. Like, you should have got 2 points taken off,
He's
bro.
not even listening.
You're always in your head. Like, at the end of the day, he thinks that the speed's going to make a difference. It's not. He has a lot of holes in his defense. No one has ever...
Jake Paul is whining again, trying to make Gervonta the villain. But let's be real, Tank's drama pales in comparison to the storm AJ brings to the ring. Anthony Joshua doesn't just fight, he dominates. While Jake and Gervonta argue and stumble, AJ's legacy, skill, and power are unmatched. Jake's hype games crumble next to a real champion.
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and you know, he's getting what you know, he's reaping what he sows. But
Joe Rogan nails it. Jake Paul is stepping into a nightmare he can't handle. AJ's precision, power, and experience make him a nightmare for anyone overhyped on YouTube numbers. This isn't entertainment, it's pure boxing dominance. AJ will impose his pace, control the ring, and punish any rookie mistakes. Jake is walking straight into a masterclass.
What do you think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're gonna fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists. That right hand.
Eddie Hearn makes it clear that Jake Paul's hype and clout cannot compete with real championship skill. Joshua's power, timing, and ring IQ make him a nightmare for any inexperienced fighter. Jake's theatrics and YouTube stunts are meaningless against a seasoned heavyweight who dominates every facet of professional boxing.
Are you really going to do this? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are we going to do this? For a record payday? To go in and spark Jake Paul before we start the serious stuff in 2026? Don't tell me what we should and what we shouldn't be doing. Answer the question honestly. Would you do it if you're AJ? When are you going to fight a real fighter goes well out the window, and I will have to personally provide a wheelbarrow so he can bring his cojones into the ring that night.
Anthony Joshua is methodically improving every aspect of his boxing. From distance management to knockout precision, he is pushing limits that Jake Paul cannot even comprehend. Every step AJ takes in the gym translates directly into unmatched dominance in the ring, exposing Jake as a hype-driven fighter with no technical foundation.
I have. And I want to see how far I can take myself. I know what it takes, I know what this game's about, and I'm going to push myself beyond the limits where I've been before, hence why I found myself in Dallas, because I'm trying to find an environment that can stimulate me, motivate me, and push me on to higher.
Devin Haney emphasizes that Jake Paul is stepping into a fight he is not prepared for. AJ's technical skill, power, and experience create a level of danger that Jake has never faced. This is a mismatch where hype meets reality, and every mistake Jake makes will be brutally exposed in the ring.
I was surprised that Jake took the fight rather than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is one of the best fighters in the world. He's a solidified champion. But I'm surprised that Jake took the fight and is fighting a guy that's so dangerous like Anthony Joshua. So I got to take my hat off to him. Because we were saying that, he's fighting this person past their prime, this person's old and this and whatnot, and now he's fighting, AJ.
Duke McKenzie clearly states that Jake Paul is in over his head. AJ's size, conditioning, and knockout ability make him a formidable opponent for any untested fighter. Jake lacks real heavyweight experience, stamina, and defensive skill. This fight is a one-sided showcase of true professional boxing against a social media experiment.
Right, I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Eddie Hearn lays it out bluntly. Jake Paul is taking on a fight far beyond his capabilities. Joshua's experience, power, and technical mastery make him a nightmare matchup for any inexperienced fighter. Jake's hype and social media antics can't substitute for championship-level skill. Every step, punch, and combination from AJ will expose Jake's defensive flaws and lack of ring IQ. This isn't a contest of popularity or clout. It's a professional heavyweight bout where Jake's mistakes will be magnified. Hearn is right. Stepping into this ring, Jake is not just an underdog. He's walking into a fight that will dismantle him from round 1.
I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Frank Warren makes it clear that AJ is in a league of his own. Joshua's Olympic pedigree, multiple world titles, and natural heavyweight frame give him a massive advantage over Jake Paul, who is untested against legitimate opposition. Jake's 12 fights, largely media-driven and carefully managed, don't prepare him for someone with AJ's timing, power, and experience. Joshua has repeatedly demonstrated knockout power and defensive intelligence, systematically dismantling opponents who step into his path. In contrast, Jake relies on hype and marketing, not skill. From punch resistance to distance control, he lacks the tools needed at heavyweight. Against AJ, Jake is entering a storm, fully aware it will overwhelm him.
No. AJ's a massive favourite. He's a natural heavyweight, 2-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist. We all seen him. He can punch, he can bang. You see what he's done to Ngannou. Jake Paul, I don't think he's had amateur experience. He's had 12 fights, I think.
Piers Morgan perfectly captures the state of Joshua riding high on confidence, momentum, and preparation. AJ's psychological edge cannot be underestimated. It allows him to dictate pace, exploit weaknesses, and remain composed under pressure. Jake Paul, in contrast, is walking in with bravado but minimal real experience against top-tier heavyweights. Joshua's confidence is rooted in tangible achievements, whereas Jake's hype is superficial. This psychological imbalance, combined with Joshua's technical skill and power, ensures Jake will be on the defensive from the first round. Any misstep from Jake is magnified, while AJ's calculated aggression and ring intelligence will systematically dismantle him. The fight is almost predetermined in skill disparity.
I actually like to predict it. All I would say is Joshua is on a real high right now. He's got all the...
Johnny Nelson highlights the undeniable physical and technical mismatch. Joshua's size, power, and heavyweight conditioning give him a monumental advantage over Jake Paul, who has never faced someone with this combination of strength and skill. While the public may scrutinize AJ, the reality is Jake is far out of his depth. Joshua's reach, timing, and knockout capability mean Jake is likely to be overwhelmed from the opening round. Nelson's blunt assessment underscores the fight's one-sided nature. AJ's execution will be flawless, and Jake's lack of fundamentals, defensive awareness, and elite-level experience ensures he will struggle to even mount an effective offense. The result looks inevitable.
Joshua is bigger than Jake Paul in our world. So there'll be more of a judgment on Anthony Joshua than there will be on Jake Paul, because Anthony Joshua is expected to get this boy blasted out there.
Duke McKenzie nails the reality of this matchup for Joshua. This fight is essentially a payday with minimal risk, but for Jake Paul, it is an absolute nightmare. Joshua's experience, skill, and sheer power make him a professional heavyweight of unmatched caliber, whereas Jake is a social media star attempting to masquerade as a legitimate fighter. Every aspect of the ring, distance management, timing, defensive positioning, and power delivery is second nature to AJ, but Jake lacks the fundamentals required to survive even a single round unscathed. While the casual public may view this as entertainment, anyone with boxing knowledge sees the severe imbalance. The risk for Jake is catastrophic. A heavy-handed Joshua punch can cause serious injury, possibly hospitalization. No. McKenzie's point underscores how unprepared Jake is and how reckless it is to put him against a world-class heavyweight. This isn't hype, it's a sobering assessment of skill disparity, where Joshua's dominance will be clinical, precise, and inevitable.
It'll be the easiest fight of his career. If he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, should the I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy in hospital?
Carl Froch doesn't mince words. He's bluntly highlighting the technical annihilation Jake Paul is about to face. AJ may be past his absolute prime, but even past his best, Joshua possesses timing, power, and technique that Jake simply cannot handle. Froch points out that Jake's lack of experience and defensive awareness leaves him wide open to the precise and devastating 1-2s Joshua delivers. Jake's theatrics, YouTube antics, and self-promotion cannot substitute for actual ring IQ or knockout power. Losing to Tommy Fury already exposed his limitations, and now facing a proven world-class heavyweight like Joshua is a step into a nightmare. Every feint, every shift in distance, and every jab Joshua throws will dissect Jake's weak fundamentals. Froch makes it clear this is not even a contest. It's a one-round showcase of professional superiority. Jake may think he can hype himself into relevance, but in reality, Joshua will dominate, neutralize, and punish him repeatedly with clinical precision.
Should happen. This is a one-round job. Because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud. Can't jump.
Conor Benn highlights the rare acknowledgement of effort from someone stepping into AJ's world. Jake Paul may be motivated by money or fame, but even a casual observer can see he is vastly outmatched. AJ is a proven, powerful, and highly skilled heavyweight with decades of professional experience, whereas Jake's credentials are minimal, largely promotional, and far removed from elite-level boxing. Benn's statement underlines that while Jake is putting himself on the line, he is stepping into territory dominated by a hero of British boxing, a fighter with precision, power, and ring intelligence that can overwhelm almost anyone. This is not merely a contest of willpower, it's a fundamental mismatch in skill and execution. Jake's hard work in the gym cannot compensate for the vast experience gap, AJ's timing, or his devastating knockout potential. While respect is due to anyone entering the ring, the reality is clear. Jake Paul is entering a fight where his chance of success is negligible, and AJ's supremacy is almost guaranteed from the opening bell.
He's a grafter, he works hard, he ain't got to do it. He's taking on a hero of British boxing. He's the guy who's done it all, a massive puncher. You got to take your hat off to it.
Tony Bellew perfectly captures the reckless nature of Jake Paul taking this fight. While money may be a motivator, the stakes are far higher than any financial reward can justify. AJ is not just an older opponent, he is a prime example of elite heavyweight boxing, strong, fast, and technically flawless. Bellew highlights the lunacy of Jake willingly stepping into this environment, where the risks to his health and reputation are enormous. This isn't entertainment boxing, it's a clash of true professional experience against hype, and Jake is wildly outmatched. Every strike Joshua lands is calculated, and every defensive maneuver will exploit Jake's lack of skill. Money cannot protect him from the consequences in the ring. Bellew's words underline that Jake is gambling with his career, and possibly his health, against one of the most decorated heavyweights in recent history. The danger is real, the mismatch stark, and the outcome heavily favors AJ.
Money talks, as they say.
Money talks and bullshit walks. We all know that phrase, we've all seen it, but this is another level. This is a really dangerous. He ain't fighting a granddad. He isn't fighting a grandfather. It's absolute lunacy. It's insane. It's dangerously insane.
As we wrap up this press conference breakdown, the reality is crystal clear. Anthony Joshua enters this fight as the dominant seasoned heavyweight, and Jake Paul is stepping in well out of his depth. Every analyst, from Froch to Bellew, has emphasized the technical, physical, and experience gap between these two. Jake's hype, social media stunts, and paid fights simply don't prepare him for the skill, timing, and knockout power that AJ brings. This isn't a debate, it's a professional assessment of a mismatch destined to favor Joshua. Fans, commentators, and boxing purists alike can see that Joshua will control the ring, exploit weaknesses, and dictate every round. Now it's your turn. What do you think will happen when AJ steps in against Jake? Will it be a quick demolition or a competitive bout? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for full fight analysis and updates.